Alright, let's get it in. Alright. Murder Mase. Murder Mase. Check this out. I remember the first time that I heard Mase, right? Of course, it was when everybody else heard him, 112. And that just happened to be my 11th grade year, right? That was my 11th grade year in high school. Now, it wasn't until almost a year later when I would receive one of the coldest albums that I've ever heard. Okay? One of the coldest albums that I ever heard. That I actually had the chance to just soak up this album, right? All in the world. Mase's first album. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, right? Right? This is just my perspective, right? I was once asked, which album had a greater impact on the culture? Was it Ready to Die or Harlem World? And it was funny because, of course, if you want to say Ready to Die, right? Because the first thing I did, I went for Ready to Die. But I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't until years later to where I was like, wait, hold on for a second. I think Mase's album, right? This is this is me. I was like, I think Mase's album hit a little bit different than Ready to Die, right? Now, understand that niggas knew Biggie was the motherfucking man. Shout out to Big. We knew Biggie wasn't about necessarily who's better. It was who motherfuckers gravitated towards, right? That gravitation. Me, the reason why I put Ready to Die back then is because that was my mindset back then, right? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Even though, right? What do you say? Buddy owes and clothes. That's the thing that I bet that. Of course. But Ready to Die, my mental, right? I'm just giving you my mental, because at that time, right? I'm gonna just walk you down real quick. At that time, Me Against the World was the greatest album that I had ever heard. Okay. And from Me Against the World, I would say Ready to Die, right? Machiavelli. By the time Life After Death came out, Biggie wasn't here. So Life After Death was a little bit, that was a little bit different for me, right? But Harlem World, Mase was about looking fly, getting females, having money in your pocket. Actually, to keep it 100 with you, as far as Mase is one of the godfathers of the bragging type of rap. Okay. Now, it wasn't until maybe like a when Mase retired is when I knew Jay-Z and Mase was going back and forth, right? But it's crazy because had Mase not retired, right? Had Mase not retired, is crazy because him and Jay would have been in that balance spot, right? Now, I don't, as far as Bad Boy albums, right? And me comparing, right? Ready to Die versus Harlem World, right? And me comparing Ready to Die versus Harlem World. They're different because Biggie's sound, right, on Ready to Die is that of Ready to fucking Die. From the intro, right, to the fucking outro, okay? Suicidal Thoughts, okay? Me and My Bitch, Juicy, I'm trying to remember the gun titles. Machine Gun Funk, oh my God, like, it was Ready to Die was not only a piece of art lyrically. My nigga went in, Big went in lyrically every day. Fucking struggle. Come on, bro. I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. Come on, bro. Piggy was fucking, bro. I gotta smoke. I gotta hit something for that, bro. Cause that's 90 fucking 3. I was 13 years old. Okay. Or no, 94. If I'm not mistaken. I forget that the time. But I remember when that motherfucking album came out. One More Chance. Come on, bro. Like, but Maze. See, not to say Biggie wasn't, it wasn't the girls and it wasn't about getting money. It's just Mace's style was a little bit more out there. Do you get what I'm saying? The hats, the wallabies. You know what I'm saying? The wallabies. It's deep. Tell them about the wallabies. The wallaby, like, man, like, yeah, Mace influence to singing on a song. To where, guess what? Everybody started, it took a while for people to start singing on a song, but motherfuckers and rappers started singing on the song, right? And even this, let me tell you something, right? Even the intro to Harlem World, right? And then how it Get Yours. Mase is coming out. He gonna take, oh my God, DMX on that motherfucker, bro. How it starts off, DMX on the hook. Okay? DMX on the motherfucking hook. Alright, that was our coming into DMX. And actually DMX is on 2 fucking songs on that album. 24 Hours to Live. Right? So Harlem World, right? Harlem World, oh my gosh, like, even make me feel so good, like the feeling, the feeling, and that was the difference. Ready to Die, right? That feeling, that's some shit you don't want to share. You don't want to share that with nobody, right? It's funny, right? I'm gonna give you two. My boy Quinny Mac, he let me use He let me borrow Ready to Die. My nigga Jamar, he didn't like DMX. I'm bringing DMX in here. He didn't like DMX first album, so he gave it to me. He bought it. T.Y. Uzi's bought that motherfucker. Called me up and was like, B, I don't like the shit. When I heard DMX motherfucking album, the first album, fell in motherfucking love. Fell in motherfucking love with DMX. First fucking album. My gosh. The lyrics. The beat goes with the lyrics. So to finally hear, you know what I'm saying? And I remember the source and they were talking about DMX. Get At Me Dog was out at that time, right? And I didn't really like Get At Me Dog though. But even though DMX is over here spinning, I didn't like Get At Me Dog though, right? Then you had the Locks, right? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And this is just my just my opinion on it, right? And this is I'm gonna keep it up. I'm from the West Coast, from Oakland. Okay. Let me tell you this right now. Mase was so motherfucking influential. Okay. I can't talk about nowhere else. But we had a motherfuckers. We had two niggas from out here that was from the Bay Area that looked like Mase and Puff Daddy. Okay? They look like they were on Jenny Jones. Like you can look like this is I'm serious. These niggas would be in parties, right? Back in the days, the parties was called Black Fridays, Black Saturdays. So motherfucker hit the party up and these motherfuckers will be there. To where I remember I was in a spot and I forget what song it was. On the back of but oh, they were playing Biggie. And he said, "True player for real, ask Puff Daddy." And everybody looked at this nigga that was the fake version of Puff Daddy. And yeah, shit was fucking crazy, right? The reason why, right? The reason why I would say Harlem World, that style, right, was more influential is because Biggie did pass. So what happens when an artist when he passed? The next artist that's up actually, you know what I'm saying? And let's really keep it 100 with you. Let's we talking about back then. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about back then. Okay? But back then, after Pac died, after Biggie passed away, okay? We all was hearing Snoop was going to No Limit. It wasn't the same, right? We knew Snoop wasn't gonna have that. We knew him going to No Limit. We knew at that time this nigga wasn't gonna give us a What's My Name. Okay, he wasn't gonna give us a What's My Name. Um, Dr. Dre, as a big artist as he is, Nas, like they weren't really in that time period the factors. Now Dre for his production, I'm Dre definitely for his production, not necessarily an album. Because remember, we didn't get 2001 until 2001, Chronic 2001. Okay, so and Jay-Z at that time is coming up. Okay, but as far as selling records, Mase is selling the fucking records. Can Nobody Hold Me Down? 112. More Money, More Problems, which was actually Mace's fucking song. which was Mace's fucking song. Okay, it was Mace's song. More Money, More Problem was Mace's song. He gave it to Biggie. Can you imagine? And I've said this before. Can you imagine More Money, More Problems on Mace's album? Can you imagine that? Mace's album is, let me tell you, the style that he had, motherfuckers still run with to this day. Okay. Everybody like to talk about Fat Joe, right? Putting Lil Wayne on, and then our Dipset put Lil Wayne on. Well, 8 Ball and MJG, who was factors in in rap, okay? Who was factors in rap. Factors. For Mase and 8 Ball and MJT to do a song together. And for it to be Hard Players Way. Now of course, we got Life After Death first, right? And then we hear Biggie doing the Player Hater singing. And then you have Mase doing Jealous Guys. He's singing. You know what I'm saying? I say this, right? I say this. Harlem World and Ready to Die are on different ends of the spectrum, right? On different ends of the spectrum as far as album goes, because Ready to Die is a really dark motherfucking album. Harlem World is not a dark album. It's just not a dark album, right? It's not a dark album. It's a very good ass party album, right? Now, when I seen, it wasn't until Double Up came out, right? That now we can't compare Double Up to Life After Death, right? But I will say this, lyrically is when I was like, Mase is another motherfucking breed. Even in the Harlem World, the group album that he had, Mase is another motherfucking, Mase knows how to write a song. He has the flow. And the nigga can stay on topic to the what you call it, to the structure of the song. A lot of people sit up here and they, at that time, they were trying to compare Jadakiss to Mase, right? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I fuck with Jada, but I don't think Jada's fucking with Mase. No, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't. Okay. At this time period, lyrics, making an album and making a song, right? Because motherfuckers wanted to be on the radio. Mase had that. Mase had that. I'm gonna ask you guys on Cheat on You with Jay-Z, who had the best verse? Jigga or was it Mase? I would say Mase, right? Mase killed that motherfucker, bro. Mase killed that motherfucker. Come on, bro. Look, and even this, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, right? Let me tell you this. They don't give Mase enough credit. Okay? They don't give Mase enough credit. Mase retired at the top of his game, and even though some might say Double Up wasn't the best album, right? Put it to you this way. With everything that was going on with Bad Boy at that time, Bad Boy, if even when you listen to Forever and then listen to Double Up, they sound alike. Okay? They sound alike. What Mace impact impact to rap was just not him. He created a whole world for Diddy to be able to rap. Because we heard some of Diddy's raps. Diddy needed Biggie, Jadakiss, Mase. He needed a lot of niggas to write his shit. And Mase just happened to be the motherfucker, right? Who sit up here and used his pen to sit up here and actually make Diddy relevant as a fucking artist, as well as Jadakiss, as well as even your Biggie. But it sounded better with Mase, right? Than him, like, put it to you this way. No Way Out, right? I would never count No Way Out, right? Even though No Way Out did better than Harlem World, right? And that's why I don't count No Way Out, because what Suge said is Suge said you don't want your artist all in the video, right? Well, that was making Diddy a bigger fucking artist. So by the time No Way Out got out, of course No Way Out is about to do more than Harlem World and more than Ready to Die. He's the fucking CEO. He can take a beat and say, I want that for mine. And you take this. So let's really be honest. Think about on No Way Out, Young G's. Puff shouldn't have been on that fucking song. It's no way Puff should have been on that goddamn song. Out of all the artists that he had, he put himself on that motherfucker. Right? That could have been anybody else's fucking song. Anybody else's song. Anybody else's fucking song. Right? See, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down was a kind of a cute song for him, right? You get, and I'm all about the Benjamins. Can you imagine that on Mase? See, this is where Diddy fucked up, because Mase could have been, or even if you would have gave that to the Locks, you could have put that on Money, Power, Respect. So Diddy wasn't trying to make his artist better. He was trying to get better, and he was using his artist to, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was also because of Mace pen, Diddy is able to sit up here and he was able to keep rapping. Okay? He was able to keep rapping. Mace stopped. Okay? Mace stopped. And let's really be honest. When Mace stopped, Diddy had to go, even though, like he said, don't stop, don't quit. But nothing was ever the same after No Way Out. And even PE Forever. It wasn't the same. Nothing was the same. We heard Mase. The combination, To be all honest with you, we should have got a Mase and Puff album, or we should have got a Mase and a Mase, Puff, and Big album. Oh my God! Even this, the two songs he did with Biggie, right? Which, let's keep it 100 with you. More Money, More Problems than Only You. I can't tell who got the better verse. I can't tell who got the better verse. I mean, you know, Notorious was always known for spelling his fucking name, right? And I felt like he spelt his name on that motherfucker because that beat is so fucking clean. You know what I'm saying? That beat is so fucking clean. What Mase was even on the DJ Clue tapes. Lyrically, listen to this. I only gave let's even this. Start your life from scratch. Mase verse. Mase got a song called Story to Tell. Right? Mase got a song called Story to Tell. Mace's lyrical ability, right? Even how he spit on Play Away. His verse and his flow, to me, that opens up the door. And the reason why, listen, the reason why I say Harlem World was so influential. Because what does Play Away sound like? What artist did a new version of Play Away? Jigga Man. Big Pimpin'. Okay, Big Pimpin'. So, but guess what? If you forgot, Mase had already put, we had to Play Away. He had Big Pimpin'. Play Away, Big Pimpin'. You know what I'm saying? So, you know when something is hot. You know. Excuse me, Mase even said it. Mase said, I was hot when Pac was living. Cold shit. Cold shit, because that's facts. We can check the stats. Mase impact. From Mase, we get Fabulous. Right? And then you can just start going down the line. It was funny because even when I heard Harlem World, right? I remember when that nigga said I was murdered, Pete Diddy named me pretty. Did it for the money. Now can you get with me? I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Not knowing he was in a part of a group with Cameron, Children of the Corn. Okay? He was rhyming with Big L, Murder Mase. So Diddy, I can't lie to you, Diddy was able to, that's what makes both albums, Ready to Die and Harlem World, so fucking clean because you had the street nigga Biggie talking about street shit. And then you kind of, like he said, I was murdered. P. Diddy named me pretty. Did it for the money. Now can you get with me? That shit was so fucking clean to me. Like that shit was just so fucking, it was clean. It was just hella clean. Not to mention, right? The nigga was writing Little C's verse. as well as I heard Cameron doing the same thing, right? If I'm not mistaken, Crush on You, don't, hey, look, don't, if I'm wrong on that song, but I know he did do Wanna See songs, right? So, right, Wanna See songs. So, I say this, Mace's, Mace impact on music was, it was enormous. It was, and it was beautiful because Mace wasn't really talking about what the other motherfuckers was talking about. Nigga was talking about getting money, staying fly. So shout out to Mace. Mace has to keep it 100 with you. Everybody know Mace is in my top five. I fuck with him. I've never met him before, but to keep it 100 with you, he did have an impact on. He had an impact on me. Can't lie to you, he did. And he's from Harlem. I'm from Oakland. And when you can have an impact, when you can take somebody and, because that's, at that time, I was feeling like Mace, right? I was feeling like Mace at that time. Leave it in the comments. Hey, look, I had to do it back to back because the shit was, look, like I said, people don't give Mace a lot of credit. Okay, they don't give him a lot of credit. Mace, um, even like I said, the group Harlem World. Harlem World, I like it. I like the song with Nas. Nas is on Harlem World, the group album. Okay, um, and that should have been bigger. I felt like that should have been big, but of course Mace did retire at the height of it. But shout out to Mace. I'm out. Peace.